What's going on, you guys? Real Blix here for an update video, because I realized I said I would give y'all an update video and never did. And I'm going to explain my whole Air Force waiver process from your waiver has been denied to your waiver has been approved, or overturned and approved. So boom, medical discharge from the Marines back in 2021. Well, I've been thinking about it for a few years beforehand, but Christmas time of 2024 decided to re-enlist into the military and go with the Air Force. So I went to MEPS back in March, and my liaison, or the medical dude, told me I needed a waiver, my liaison. And before I even went to MEPS, I went to my primary healthcare provider, because I got a discharge for nosebleeds. So I went to my primary healthcare provider and got cleared for that. So when he told me I needed a waiver, I was like, I ain't worried about that. I gave him the primary healthcare note. He's like, nah, that's not how the waiver process works. So I was like, all right, cool. Damn. So I went, sat down, waited for the bus. Anyone that's been to MEPS and thought they were going to swear in but didn't, this exact feeling whenever you sitting there, your process is all done and everyone going in to swear in. My coping mechanism for anger is I rub my legs. So the whole time everyone's getting up to go swear in, I'm sitting there rubbing my legs like, man, F y'all happiness. I'm mad. So I came back home. Recruiter let me know like a day or two later what was needed. I needed a primary healthcare note and an ENT checkup. So I went, did both those things, sent the waiver off. 2 weeks later, they hit me, was like, hey, we're gonna need more information. That was the last video that I dropped. We need more information. So I had to wait like a week for them to finally send what more, I don't understand why they told me they needed more information and just didn't tell me right then and there what information they needed. But I had to wait a whole nother week, and they told me, okay, we need an ENT consult and your primary healthcare consult. So I did both those things. My wife had just passed me on the road. I did both those things and sent the waiver off, took a family trip to Colombia. Me and my wife were getting ready to board up on a plane that had just called Zone 3. So we're in line, getting ready to board Zone 3. My recruiter calls me. I'm thinking my waiver didn't got approved. Calls me, I answer, hello. He's like, hey, you got a minute? I was like, yeah, I got a quick second. I'm in line at the airport getting ready to board. He was like, well, I got some, I had to make this phone call, but I got some news. I was like, yeah? And he was like, yeah, your waiver has been denied. And I just sat there in silence, and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. So I was like, can you just send me a picture of what they said? So I get on the plane, he sends me the picture of the email. The first sentence I see, now mind you, I haven't had any nosebleeds for over a decade. So first sentence I see, or over a decade, my bad, in almost half a decade. So first sentence I see, we need to see signs of improvement. I threw my phone down. What is my anger coping mechanism? Rubbing my legs. Threw my phone down, rubbing my legs. Now mind you, in both of those checkups, the doctor said I was good. And even the MEPS doctor, whenever he looked at me, said I should be good. So I had pretty much 3 doctors saying I'm good. So I threw my phone down, I'm rubbing my legs. Like, man, what you mean signs of improvement? So, yeah. I get we had like a 5-hour flight back. So I get to picking my phone up and I read the whole email this time. Cause I was crushed. I thought it was over with. So I'm reading the whole email, we need to see signs of improvement, but you can resubmit your waiver. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, bet, I can resubmit. You can resubmit your waiver. We just need, another ENT consult, primary healthcare notes, pharmacy records for the past 6 months, and a hematology report. So I had to get blood work done. So I get back home, did not sleep that whole night, just Googling places I can go. As soon as the sun rises, I go get my my pharmacy records. I went back 5 years to show them I've never been on any nosebleed medications. The nosebleeds that I had on Paris Island were just like a one and off thing. I've never been on any medication. So got that. Went to my primary health care, got that cleared up, got them to give me a referral to go get my blood work done. Got my blood work done. Had to wait like three to 4 days for that to come back. That all came back good, showing no blood problems. Let's see, I got my ENT consult, pharmacy records. Yeah, so I got everything, sent it off. A month later, they come back. We're gonna need more information, so we're gonna hook you up with someone that works with, not at MEPS, but with MEPS. So I called the lady, let her know what's going on. She was like, okay, they're wanting your ENT records from Paris Island. And I was like, well, that's the thing. I didn't go see an ENT on Paris Island. They sent me off base. So we had to track down where they sent me. They sent me down to Beaufort, South Carolina. So we got my we got my ENT records from there. And all that came back good. Like literally, Anonymous said he's cleared to go back to training. So I was like, okay, when they see that, good to go. So we get that, send it off. They come back now. Now, mind you, this whole process took like a month or two from last time I heard from MEPS. So we sent it off. They come back. Hey, we're gonna hold on to these, but you didn't submit. Or no, they said it's a current denial because you didn't submit forms 2 and 3. So I get back with the MEPS lady. I'm like, what are forms 2 and 3? Because my recruiter doesn't know. So she was like, they're needing your hematology records and your pharmacy records. And I was like, we just submitted that 2 months ago. And she was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I see that you submitted it. I don't know what happened. I guess they misplaced it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So I went, got that, sent everything back off. They come back down. Denied. We need more recent blood work, and we need another ENT consult. More recent blood work. I just gave y'all blood work a few months ago. What you mean? So I get the blood work, go to the ENT, send all that off. Your waiver's been denied. Well, what the heck? You know, I'm giving y'all nothing but stuff that says I'm good. So they're like, we would like another ENT consult. Go get another one. My ENT doctor was like, well, here's the thing, we can't keep seeing you for something you no longer have. So I was sitting there calling people for like 3 hours afterwards, trying to find an ENT clinic. Finally found one. So I get my ENT appointment, and they did like an hour-long appointment of shoving cameras all the way up my nose, taking pictures, taking videos, x-rays. Everything came back good, no issues. Send that off. 3 days later, hey, we would like him to actually come down for an ENT consult with one of our doctors. Well, what the bleep? All right, cool. So go up to MEPS. Now, the way they made it sound is they was going to make their decision that day. So I go up to MEPS, take the bus, get my appointment done with the MEPS ENT. He was like, yeah, everything's good. You shouldn't be held up anymore. They send everyone over to me that needs, approvals for nose conditions. So I was like, all right, bet. Cool. So, boom. I go back to the MEPS station. I'm all happy, thinking I'm getting ready to swear in today. The MEPS doctor just said I'm good. Hey, I should be swearing in today. So I go drop my stuff off at the 2nd floor. Now, mind you, this is like 9 o'clock in the morning. Drop my stuff off, go to my liaison. He was like, okay, did you drive here? I'm all happy, thinking I'm getting ready to swear in. I was like, nah. I took the shuttle. He was like, oh, well, I guess just go sit in the lobby until the applicant waiting area until the shuttle gets here. I was like, so they not making a decision today? He was like, no, I still gotta go to the SG. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, I had just left my phone charger at the MEPS hotel. So I had to wait until like 1 o'clock to get my phone. And then my phone died. So then I just had to sit there pretty much from 8:30 to freaking 6 o'clock. No phone, no nothing. And what's my anger coping mechanism when I see everyone all happy because they getting up to go swear in? I'm sitting there rubbing my legs like, man, fuck y'all happiness, man. Screw y'all. So boom. What happened after that? Come back home. Waiver comes back like a month or two later. Been denied. We need more recent ENT blood work. I was like, I just gave you blood work from this month. What do you mean more recent? Go get blood work done. Send it off. We would like an ENT or a hematologist consult. I was like, do these so I go to the primary healthcare provider and I get an ENT or a hematology referral. So I go over to the hematologist. I pull up to a damn cancer center. I'm like, do these mugs think I got cancer or something? I'm like, man, I walk in, everyone, no offense to the cancer community, but everyone in there is sick and coughing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, what did they got me in here for? Everyone looking at me like, dang, this dude got cancer and he's only, he look young. I ain't got no cancer. Now I'm getting scared. Like, man, what did they see on my blood work that makes me need to go to a dang cancer center? So I'm like, man, Lord, don't tell me I got no cancer. So yeah, man, I go in there and they're like, yeah, as soon as we can see you is 2 months. Now, mind you, this whole process from last December, I was wanting to leave in October. That was my time frame. I wanted to leave in October because I had bought some Universal Studios tickets back in January for like Halloween Horror Nights, Epic Universe, and Islands of Adventure. So I wanted to do that first. I spent $5,000. I wanted to do that first. I had express passes, the resort, everything. So I'm like, man, I ain't finna spend no $5,000, maybe even a little bit more for nothing. So, boom. Man, my eye. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So, they're like, man, I was like, no. Because mind you, this is like September. I was like, I need something now. Like, I'm trying to leave next month. I need something now. They're like, we can't see you now. I called hematology centers for a 4-hour drive radius. I found one an hour away that could take me the following week. So I went there the following week, and luckily, thank the Lord, my hematologist actually worked in the military and worked with the SGs. So she was like, even though everything you've been getting looks good, they like it to be worded a certain way. Now, that was another thing that happened. Like, my third denial was, they said the SG didn't like how it was worded. I was like, wait a minute. So you're punishing me for something that the way that the doctor worded it. That ain't right, man. So she's like, yeah, I know how to word it. So, yeah. But she's like, we're going to do some blood tests. And if it comes back, even a little iffy, I'm not signing off on anything. I was like, that's fine with me. Cool. Do the blood work. Comes back like 2-3 weeks later that it's good. She gives me a piece of paper and my blood work with 2 sentences at the bottom. I don't remember exactly what they said. It went something along the lines of he's not a flight and travel risk and he's not a duty and training risk. So sent that off a month later. Now I work in HVAC, right? And my granddad, he was in the Vietnam War. Got this rock in Vietnam. Passed away a few years ago, so I keep this rock with me every single day. So I was getting ready to leave, and it was like a month since we sent everything off, and I was like, man, I just feel like I feel like today's the day. I feel it. Today's the day. It's got to be the day. Filled my pockets, didn't fill my granddad's rock. Went, grabbed the rock, rubbed it a few times. All right, granddad, today may be the day. Put my phone or put it in my pocket. I get almost to my first job. I had to go work on a furnace, adding a condensate pump in. And I'm like, yeah, I go in there and I'm like, man, I just feel it. Today's the day. I'm going to hear something. It may be good, it may be bad, but I'm going to hear something. Sitting there working, my phone gets to ringing. I look at who it is, my recruiter. My heart went from my chest all the way through my head, back through my head, back to my chest, all the way down through my feet. I answered it, hello? He was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? He was like, can't complain, I'm doing pretty good. He was like, well, took a deep breath. He was like, I got some news. I was like, no, don't say it. Like, at that point, I was like at my wit's end. Like, I was like, man, it just may not be for me. So he was like, I got some news. I was like, no, don't say it. He was like, you got to quit your job because we got you a job with the Air Force. Your waiver got overturned and is now approved. I sat there for a minute. I was like, can you repeat that? He was like, your waiver got approved. I ran outside. I ran down 3 flights of stairs, went outside, put it on speaker. One more time. He's like, your waiver got approved. I was like, okay. Nice, good. When are we swearing in? You can swear in 2 weeks, which was my birthday week as well. So, good birthday gift. So now we're in the DEP program. But because I had to wait, even though I did my fingerprints at MEPS, I didn't swear in. So they have like a rule, if it's over 160 days from when you did your fingerprints to when you swear in, you got to redo your fingerprints. So I had to redo my fingerprints. Currently, I'm waiting on my secret clearance. That's what we're waiting on now. That's where we are in the process. Waiting on that secret clearance. I had like an interview with the people like a month, almost like 3 weeks ago. And then I had another one yesterday. So now we're just waiting on my secret clearance. I don't know, man. I mean, from the people I've talked to that said I should be good, it's really just like making sure I'm not enemies of the country or anything like that. But man, they digging up a whole bunch of stuff, man. It was like, so we see here that you failed world history in 6th grade. And I was like, I think I can't remember. I mean, if I did, if y'all say I did, then I did. I mean, I'm telling you, if you got to do that secret clearance interview, stuff that you don't even think they would know, they know. Like, they find out everything. Like, it's to the point where I'm like, I know my sister, she did cybersecurity in the Air Force, and she's like, the amount of stuff that they know is scary. Like, that shook me up to my core. Like, I heard that, I was like, that's not even anything on my diploma. Like, why is there something in the database like that? Why? That's scary, man. And I had an interview yesterday about the job that I first had when I came back from the Marines. I had to do private security at a condominium complex, right? And I got voted top security guard for 2 years in a row. Now, mind you, I came back making $13.75. I got voted top security guard for 2 years in a row. The best they could do for me was a 25-cent raise. So I quit. I was like, nah, I ain't finna give me no. In this economy, a 25-cent raise to $14, no. So I quit. This was 3-4 years ago. So they called me yesterday, the secret clearance. Like, hey, we see here that you worked here for this amount of time. They said that you got fired for misconduct and are you're unrehirable. I was like, what? No, that ain't. She was like, do you disagree? I was like, yes, that ain't what happened. And she was like, would you like to elaborate? I was like, yes, I got voted top security guard for 2 years in a row. They gave me a 25-cent raise. I told them that wasn't enough, and I quit. I was never fired. Never, I was not fired. So she's like, okay. I've never signed any type of paperwork that said I was fired. So after I got off the phone, I'm like fuming. I'm sitting here, I'm at work. Like, the customer is in their house. I'm in the truck doing the things. I had to be at a private area. I'm sitting here, I gotta rub my legs in the van or in the truck. Like, man, hold on, y'all just lied on me, saying I got fired. So I texted the lady back. I was like, would y'all like me to get some type of documentation to prove that I wasn't fired? They was like, no, I put in there that you disagreed, so that should suffice there. I'm like, man, I hope. Like, man, Mug's just lying on me. And I didn't want to tell my job where I'm at now that I'm joining the military, because that's when stuff started going down at my previous employer. Whenever I told them that I was joining the military, everything started going down after that. So I'm scared to tell these folks, but with them calling my previous employers, I have to, I've got to tell them. I've got to tell them, because I don't want I don't want my previous employer to badmouth because they're mad that I'm joining the military, and then they call where I'm at now. So that's 2 bad mouths, and then they're like, well, we didn't even know nothing about this. And then boom, that's another stain. And they're looking for honesty. That's one of the criteria. So I've got to tell them, yeah, it's something I'm doing. It's what I got to do. So that's where we at in the process.